Hi, Sammy Moore here again with more tips for you single men. Fellas, this time we're going to get you cooking. Remember the good old days when Mom would prepare the food, then you ate it? Or maybe an ex-wife would handle this ugly chore. Well, it can be that simple again with the Sammy Moore sleight-of-hand cook system. Just feast your eyes on this. Gorgeous fettuccine Alfredo and these scrumptious tacos. Uncle Ben can't do that in a minute, but with Sammy Moore's help, fellas, you can. Okay, now, let's say you've invited that someone special over to dinner, and you want to demonstrate your skills in the kitchen. A sensible strategy. Many women think that if you can cook, you're a sensitive man. And that's what they all think they want, right, fellas? So you've cleaned the apartment, hosed down the walls. You're in the mood for a little bit of pasta. But where do you begin? Just write this down. 555-2267. Tell them to send over fettuccine. And tell them, make it a double. Okay, now the real challenge. How do you make it look like you made it? These foods will arrive in styrofoam containers. So you'll have to transfer it onto real plates. You know, the kind that don't get soggy when you use them. Then, very important, gather up that incriminating evidence and get it down to the dumpster right now. Finally, the pièce de résistance. You've got to dirty up some pots and pans to lend the kitchen that aura of realism. Now, to do a really superb job, you'd need to know how these foods are actually prepared. And, of course, that's out of the question. So I recommend the sacrificial method. For example, sacrifice one taco, drop it in a pot, and mash it all up with a spatula. Get some on the outsides of the pot, so it looks like it boiled over, maybe. Hey, this is one area where you can let your imagination run free. You could smear some fettuccine in one pot and some Alfredo in another. Just get crazy with it, guys. That's the fun of cooking. Be right there, Monica. Well, gotta run. See you next time on Tips for the Single Man.
He was wacky. What more can you say?
It was during the war. We were pinned down. A mortar hit nearby. It was a big flash. And he saved my life.
He never picked up a check in his life.
Sure, I remember Donald. He used to come over after his long days at the studio in his cute little sailor suit, and he loved for me to rub his head. Oh, he was brash, and he had a temper, but deep down inside, he was sensitive, very sensitive.
Strike three, you're out of there.
Hey!
Nobody knows what he did for the kids. He didn't want the publicity, you know. Kept it quiet. That's the story that never gets told. The hours, the money, the love he gave the kids. I tell you.
My wife left me because of him. Hey, you can't park there. Move it. Come on. Clown.
We were down south with the road company of the Three Caballeros, and hotel after hotel said to us, sorry, we don't take ducks here.
After him, we all had big hopes for his nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie. But they never amounted to anything. I don't know whether they were on drugs or what, but they couldn't hold a candle to him.
I loved him. He bought me so many wonderful gifts. He kept going back to Daisy. But I truly loved him.
MacDonald, Portrait of an Enigma, coming this season on PBS.
Have I got some great news?
What is it this time, Ralph?
Alice, the Raccoon Lodge is offering a $500 prize for the Let's Heat Up the Cold War contest. I tell you, Alice, this is going to make me the biggest thing that ever happened to the lodge.
You were the biggest thing that ever happened to the lodge the day you joined, Ralph.
Ha-ha, you're right, Alice. I tell you, I'm so excited about this that I haven't eaten lunch in 6 weeks.
And 35 farmers just went under.
Yeah. Now listen, the judge is going to be here in a few minutes. All I need is the stuff that I've been saving right here in the drawer. Alice! Alice, where is it?
Where's what, Ralph?
The can of uranium-235 I had right here. Alice, I figured out how to make the atom bomb.
Well, I didn't know what was in that can. Norton came down and borrowed it.
I don't believe it. Norton's got the bomb. I tell you, Alice, one of these days, pow, zoom, you're going to the moon.
Would you relax, Ralph? Please. Now, Norton thought it was talcum powder. He's going to use it for his bowling team.
Norton! Norton, get down here! Bowling. There goes $500 right down the gutter. Oh!
Hey, Ralphie boy!
Will you get over here? How can you eat that? That sandwich must be 6 weeks old.
July was a good month for tuna.
Where is the can of uranium-235?
You mean that kind of talcum powder? It's right here in my bowling bag.
Will you come on?
Gosh, Ralphie was in here a little while ago.
Alice!
Ralph. Hello there.
Hello, I'm Mr. Henderson, the judge from the lodge contest. Mr. Cramden, are you ready? Come, Mr. Cramden. My time is very valuable, and yours is just about up.
Just a minute, Mr. Henderson. Here's his entry.
Alice, what are you doing?
Mr. Henderson, you take one whiff of that lunchbox and pow, zoom, you'll go to the moon.
Alice!
Oh, I get it. Germ warfare. Mr. Cramden, congratulations. You're our winner.
Alice, you're the greatest.
Well, I've been working every day, and it's a gig that I can do without. And this town gets hot in summer, and I knew I had to get right out. So I grabbed my girl and a handful of cash for a Labor Day weekend and some OC flash. I headed for the beach. Ocean City sounded mighty good. Woo! Woo! Well, we tooled around the Beltway. I was feeling like $1 million bucks. Woo! Got down to Ritchie Highway, and I guess somebody must have been stuck. With the cars backed up to the Baltimore line, this ain't no way to travel, and it's really a crime. Getting down the ocean is a trip that I can do without. Oh, knock it off. It's a 3-hour drive if you go by the map, but by the time you really get there, it's time to come back. I guess that we were on our way. It slowed down at the Bay Bridge with a toll, but then we finally paid. Thanks, son. Then came the drawbridge at Kent, and it really got hot. They held up 80,000 people for 3 guys on a yacht. Getting down the ocean is a trip that I can do without. It's a 3-hour drive if you go by the map, but by the time you really get there, it's time to come back. You drive. Well, by the time we got to OC, we were feeling like we just fought a war. It didn't feel like a vacation. I guess I had been hoping for more. Though the room was nice with mirrors and a fan, then my girlfriend told me she forgot her diaphragm. Getting down the ocean is a trip that I can do without. Well, it's 3-hour drive if you go by the map. By the time you really get there, it's time to come back.